Welcome to your circuit training workout. I'm your trainer Miles Magnuson, here with my client John. Today we're going to go through a 5 different exercise circuit program. Pieces of equipment you'll need today are an exercise band, a mat, and a bench or chair. I'll be doing a brief explanation of each exercise as well as demonstrating it, and then John will take over after that. So the first time through the circuit will be a little slower. Second time through is going to be much higher tempo, so try and keep up, and let's get started. First exercise we're going to go through today is your band squats. So 2 different variations of this. One, we're going to stick it underneath your feet. You're going to bring your feet so they're shoulder width apart, and you're just going to keep your arms at your side as you go through your squatting action. A few keys to remember here. As we squat down, you want to make sure your spine stays pretty erect. It stays parallel with your lower leg position, and then you're pressing right back up. If this is easy for you, then the second option is to bring this band all the way up to your shoulders. Quite a bit more resistance as we're going through your deep squat action, pressing right back up. So now John's going to take over from just the hand down position. So he's placing the band underneath the feet. His feet are roughly shoulder width apart. We're just going to do 10 repetitions here, dropping down, big exhale up. Notice his knees aren't turning in as he's squatting. He's keeping them right in line with his hips. Having to slow down his tempo a little bit on the way down. And then big exhale up. He has 3 more here. Good. And last one, nice. So we'll get rid of the band. Let's place it over here. You're going to be needing it in that spot for the next exercise. So from here, we're going to be using the bench. He's going to be doing a bench push-up, and if this is easy for you, then we're going to drop you down to the floor for a full push-up. But from here, my hands are directly below my shoulders. My legs are nice and straight. I'm keeping a nice straight line from the top of my head down to where my feet are placed. I'm going to be taking a deep breath as I go down, big exhale as I return up. If this is too challenging for you, we can either increase the height of the bench or drop you down to your knees and go through that same exercise. First time through, John's going to have his hands up on that bench. Second time we go through, he's going to go down and do a full push-up. He's taking a deep breath as he goes down, big exhale as he presses up. Notice he's maintaining that straight line position. If I stuck a dowel, it would create a straight line from the back of his head all the way down through his hips. This is number 7. Deep breath down, big exhale up for 8, 9, last one, 10, perfect. Next, we're going to go right into a hamstring heavy exercise. We're going to drop that mat down in front of the bench. Then going to bring both heels up so they're on top of the bench, and we're looking for at least a 90-degree bend at that knee joint. From here, your palms are just facing up, and you're going to be digging the heels into the bench to then lift the hips up. Then slow return right back down. Make sure as you're digging in and lifting up that you're not overarching your back. So you shouldn't feel your back working too hard here. You should be feeling the back of the legs and butt as you go through that exercise. I'll have John take over. There's a lot of different ways to make this exercise harder. We can decrease the size of the bench, and we can also turn it into a single leg hamstring lift. So notice he's driving up, slower turn down. If your feet tend to start sliding away from you as you're going through this, you have to make sure that you're pulling and digging those heels in, because if they're sliding away, you're using the front of your legs as opposed to the back, and it's really important that we're using the back of the thighs here. This is number 7. Pressing up for 8, so really feel like you're pulling yourself up here. 9, last one, 10, perfect. Have him come back up to his feet, clear some room. He's going to be going into a step row. So we have a band attached to a sturdy object or your door attachment at home, and he's going to be opening his foot up as he then pulls into a single arm row. Return right back in, and we're going to alternate that action. Step pull, just keep your eyes forward looking at the attachment point as you go through that step and pull. So this is great for the upper back. Also, he's going to be working his obliques. He's going into the step pull, good. In hand position here, you can rotate so your palm's facing down, or that palm can be facing in towards your chest. It just changes the dynamics of the exercise a little bit. Looking good. So 6 on each side. Notice how his hand is staying right in line with his elbow. It's very important. Number 8, 9, one more each side, 10. Perfect. And then our last exercise in the circuit, using your mat there. I'm going to drop down to a 4-point position. So your knees are directly below your hips, your hands are directly below your shoulders. We're going to be extending your opposite arm and opposite leg. So I'll be extending my left arm and right leg straight out, and then I'm going to pull those 2 points together, trying to draw my elbow to my knee and then reach right back out. This is really utilizing your abs as well as incorporating a lot of core strength as we go through this. So John's going to do 10 repetitions, starting with his left arm and right leg, and then we'll do 10 more on the other side. So he's reaching out, nice long extension, and then pulling all the way back in. Notice how his hips aren't shifting around too much. We do see this rounding, slight rounding of the low back. That's what you want, because that's telling us that you're really drawing that belly button into your spine to pull those 2 points together. You should really feel a strong contraction in your abdominal wall as you're going through this. He's on number 8. Strong pull. 9. Just one more here. And 10. Nice job. Now we're going to go to the other side. Also, a couple keys here. You want to be making sure that you're really pushing hard through those 2 points. So in this case, his left hand and his right knee are really pressing hard on that mat, so he's not shifting right to left here. Good for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Good. So that's the 5th exercise in the circuit. Now we're going to go through it a little faster, and we're going to make his intensity increase a little bit. So he's grabbing his band. This time he's still placing it underneath his feet, but he's going to bring that band all the way up to his shoulders. This is going to really challenge his upper body stability and also the amount of force that he's having to produce through his legs. So number 4, deep breath down, big exhale up. 5, down up. 6, good. 7, he's doing a great job keeping those feet in place. 8, 9, last one, 10. Nice work. Get the band out of the way. This time we're going to go into his push-ups, where he's going to go from the ground, so we'll just give his hands a little bit of padding there. Just dropping down, his hands are roughly shoulder width. Deep breath all the way down, big exhale up. Again, if this is difficult for you, you can do this from your knees, but just make sure you keep a nice straight line from your head all the way down to either your knees or your feet, depending on how you're positioned. Or you can still do it up on the bench. This is number 7. Deep breath down, big exhale up. 8. Down, up. 9. And 10. Nice work. So still using the mat here, he's going to go into his hip lifts, his big hamstring heavy lifts. So his heels are going to be on top of the bench or chair there. He's going to make sure he has that 90-degree mark in both knees. Again, really digging those heels in as you lift up. Big exhale as you lift, slight hold at the top, down slow, touch, right back up. So again here, if your feet start sliding away from you, you need to really feel like you're pulling yourself up as opposed to pushing yourself up. Number 6, down, up. 7, good. Back up. 8, down, up. 9, last one here. 10, perfect. And get him back up on his feet. He's going to grab 2 handles there. He's going back into his step row. If this band is feeling easy for you, all you'd have to do is step back a little bit farther. And that's going to increase the intensity on that band. This is a pretty tough band, so this is perfect tension for John to keep going through his step pulls. So number 6. 7, notice he's keeping his eyes straight forward, so he's also working on this nice rotation through his upper spine. Number 9. Step pull 10, last one. Nice work. And we're going to get him back down. He's going to go into that 4-point position. This time we're going to actually be facing the camera so you guys can see if he rotates his hips at all. I'll give you a little different view. So from here, he's extending both arm and opposite leg out, and then pulling those 2 points together. Notice how he's not shifting from either left to right here. He's staying really centered as if he had all 4 points down on that mat. Number 6, out for 7. 8, really engaging and drawing in that belly button. 9, last one here. And 10, perfect. Switching to the other side. Good, so the big key here is you want to demonstrate as much control as possible. So if you're really wobbly, then you need to slow down that action and slow down that tempo until you can master it. And then you can slowly start increasing your tempo and increasing that range of motion as you go through the exercise. Number 6, this is 7, draw in, touch. 8, pull in, touch. 9, last one, touch. 10, nice job. So if that was easy for you to get through all those exercises, I would suggest going through that same circuit one more time. If the repetition count isn't up to your standards, we can increase that repetition count, which will increase the entire volume of the exercise circuit, and it's going to increase the amount of calories you're going to be burning by increasing the number of repetitions. Hope to see you back again.